What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back and I'm bringing you a fantastic commentary today, and it has my gameplay on it. Oh my god, everybody celebrate. Oh, holy shit. I actually got on to play some kill confirm with my boy DJ Stubbs. He's one of those kill confirm gurus. He didn't really stay on too long. He kind of dropped about 4 games in. But I was playing with ACR and I was having fun, and I actually just started trying something different. One of the things I like to do is I like to basically fire the gun and let the recoil reset itself. So I decided to put on one of those really overpowered weapons like the red dot ACR and just kind of like push, down on the D-pad, or in my case, up on the D-pad, and kind of fight the recoil. I haven't really decided which one is better. And it's kind of strange how I play like that. You can kind of tell who's a hardcore older gamer by the way they play. I play on inverted mainly because everything I ever played on like 64 when I first started FPS was inverted. I mean, but I don't even play inverted on PC. I always play like regular on PC. Inverted came strictly from gaming. Playing like I'm driving like an airplane or something like that. And I guess that's probably why I'm so good at flying the helicopters on Battlefield. Who knows? But there was some big news that came out today. Everybody knows what big news is. Yeah, dude, I'm at the back of the pack. But the guy at the back of the pack is generally the guy who's trying to win the race. I'm just going to put it out there and say it like that because usually all the dogs are in front. And here comes the best trailer review you're going to get. Yeah, the Black Ops 2 trailer has dropped, and it's... Let me go ahead and just talk about my previous experience with Call of Duty trailers. One, I hate single-player trailers, dude. I do. They prove nothing about the game. All they do is basically show what the premise of the game is. And that was the main story with this trailer itself, the premise of the game. The premise of the game is it's set in the future. It's set in 2025. So it's set in the near future and not like the Halo future. And I never understood why people were so worried about Call of Duty going to the Halo future. I'd like to see Call of Duty go even a step further and go into space. Be like 3025, or if you really wanted to, be like 3010, like, 2001 and 2010. But here is what I'm expecting. I always heard it was rumored and speculated it was going to be in space. This coming way back from World at War. And back in World at War, I played a zombies game, but the little guy known as JD 2020. This is before I was a commentator. And they were playing with subscribers and stuff from the forums. And they talked about wanting to do an in-space game and a Vietnam game. Well, obviously, Vietnam and Black Ops, this is like 3 or 4 years, this is like 5 years later. So I always knew this one was most likely going to be futuristic. So, with that being said, here's why I'm excited. I'm fucking sick of modern combat games, dude. I am tired of them. I am so sick of the same bland weapons with the same bland kill streaks and the same bland formula. I understand there's going to be Call of Duty at its heart, which that's understandable. Kill streaks, getting guns, fast-paced action. That's cool. That's a core of a game. And I would be upset if they ever changed that, because when I play Call of Duty, that's exactly what I want when I play Call of Duty. That formula. I mean, I'm not getting on Diablo 3 and expecting a whole different setup. Most games that try completely different setups fucking fail. Look at the Castlevania series. They went from 2D to 3D and sucked dick ever since. Point proven. But here's what I'm excited about in the new futuristic thing. It's not the kill streaks or the game. It's the weapons. Call of Duty has been lassoed with the realistic mannerism of viewing weapons at the time period. And most of the weapons of the time period kind of get out there and they have to go off the wall. Like, for example, the FAD. Who the fuck would ever thought to see the FAD? And they have obviously favorites they got to keep putting in each game, and they have certain firing types and things like that. But when you go to future weapons, you don't limit yourself no more. You can create new fucking pieces of equipment. You can create new firing rates. You can have a gun that goes like fully auto for a while and randomly bursts if you feel like you really wanted to. You're making shit up at this point. And making shit up is the basis of a good game. Everything that was ever great sparked from an idea. And when you start copying reality, which is something that Hollywood and video games have basically dubbed into, take Jackie Gleason, for example. Jackie Gleason created characters. He created, different people. He's one of the actors that I actually look up to. And he said it like this. If you ever get famous, you cannot be yourself. And the reason he said that is because yourself will get boring really quickly. Nobody has a character with enough full flavor in him to last forever. But somebody playing different characters can last forever. And that's the whole idea. You create, you get flow, and you be creative itself. Finally, the developers, good developers such as Treyarch, have access to a ultimate palette of imagination. And they'll be able to create weapons and basically everything, weapons, ideas, zombie levels, zombie characteristics. Hell, they could have time travel zombies, as far as I know. And it would be perfectly cool. I mean, obviously, it's kind of like what it seems that they're going to kind of hold on to the roots of something feasible. But I'd really like to see what they come up with. But that's my prediction on Black Ops 2. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this gameplay. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption. If you could, please leave a rating. As always. What's up, fellas? It's your boy Wings of Redemption. And I'm back. Let's do something a little bit more fun today. Everything's always serious. Let's go talk about something fun today. You know me, I love astronomy. A couple of my heroes are like, Neil Tyson, Carl Sagan, those kinds of people. James Randi. I love people that kind of don't bullshit and just go through the norm. And it's something I always liked and studied. Well, anybody that never followed Neil Tyson, he wrote a book, Death by Black Holes. And I just want to share some information out of that book with you guys. What it would be like to be pretty much killed by a black hole. Alright, let's go ahead and lay the footwork for this kind of story. Alright. Basically, a black hole is an area of time and space where the gravity is so extreme that light can't even escape it. And what that means is, like, let's take Earth, for example. Earth is, you can escape Earth. Obviously, if you throw a ball up, you don't throw a ball up with enough velocity to actually make it leave the atmosphere. But if you throw a ball or a missile of some sort, basically if it reaches the velocity of 7 miles a second, that's what it takes to escape Earth. That's what a rocket has to achieve. That's why they have these big fucking rocket boosters on the side of them. They have to be able to travel 7 miles in 1 second. And if you can achieve the speed of 7 miles in 1 second, you can go all the way to the end of the universe because you're never going to stop. You're going to escape Earth and keep on going unless you run into something. Alright? But that's not fast enough to escape escape a black hole. A black hole, light can't escape. And light is as we know it at this point in time, light is the fastest means of travel. Period. That's as fast as anything could possibly go. Finito. Nothing at this point in time can travel faster than light. So let's say you're in this mythical world. Let's say you're in my book Deep Red, which I am writing. So you fall into a series of uncontrollable events where you fall into a black hole, obviously. So you're going to die. You jump down into the darkness, but you don't die because you just disappear. Oh no. What ends up happening is that your feet are experiencing a greater gravitational pull than your head. It happens like this on Earth as well. But you got to think about it, how far you are from the center of the Earth. All right? Let's say you're 6 foot tall on Earth, but the Earth is 4,000 miles around. I mean, your feet on Earth still feel a higher gravitational pull because it's closer to the iron core of the center of the Earth than your head is, but it's not by much. Whereas a black hole is more compact. They're small. So your height starts to matter at that point. So what ends up happening is your feet start to stretch. It starts to jiggle and they start to stretch because gravity is pulling them faster than it's pulling your head. So you're not traveling at the same speed no more. Alright? And what that ends up doing is it tends to keep pulling you and keep pulling you and keep pulling you until you break in half. You're probably going to break in half somewhere in the the lower back region. So now you're 2 pieces. But you're still alive at this point because obviously, there's no organs that are vital to human life below your waist. Obviously, the only way you're going to die at that point is you're going to bleed out. But don't worry, you're going to be dead way before you bleed out. So stick with me. So what's going to end up happening is your body, with that progression, that that forward progression is you're going to continue to keep stretching until you break again. So now you're in 4 pieces, and now you're pretty much done for. But that's not where it's going to stop there. What's going to keep doing is keep going to basically what they call bifurcating. You're gonna end up breaking in half. 2 goes to 4, 4 goes to 8, 8 goes to 16, 16 goes to 32. You're going to continue at this rate until you become a stream of atoms. And this isn't even the worst part of dying by a black hole. Let me go ahead and tell you what the worst part about dying by a black hole is. That black holes, with all their gravitational pull, they're almost like a cone. It's bigger up at the mouth of the black hole, and it gets smaller toward the end of the black hole. So when you're going through it, not only are you getting stretched, but you're getting squeezed, almost like squeezing a tube of toothpaste or some Dentrolite. But so there's actually a word for this, and that word is spaghettification. So every death has like a name. Like you can be bitten, you can be electrified, you can be burnt, you can be charred. You can add spaghettification to that list, and that would be the most fucked up way to die. You have your body broke down to molecular atom form, spit out of basically a tube at the end of a black hole. So that's what basically would it be like to be killed off by a black hole. Don't ask me why I wanted to share this. It's just something I read when I was, when I went in high school when this came out. But a guy named Neil Tyson basically did a book called Death by Black Hole, which he talks about this in full length, and he talks about what it would be like to die by a black hole. And that came out in 2008 or 2009. It's a very good book. You should probably pick it up. I figured I'd just share it with you. It'd be something fun to do today. Maybe you go tell your friends what it'd be like to die by a black hole. As always, if you could, please leave a rating on the video. It helps me out tremendously. And it's been your boy, Wings of Redemption. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and we're going to bring you some domination gameplay. As you notice, we already got the game triple capped, because I'm just going to show you the meat and potatoes of this game right here by itself. Now I want to talk about something totally different. I want to talk about COD EXP. Not EXP, but XP. Same thing, same difference. Modern Warfare 3 had a COD XP, and Modern Warfare 3 turned out like dog shit, to be perfectly honest. They didn't really give you anything, didn't really do nothing like this. And anybody that's watched the Woody's Gamertag video, he basically talked about how COD XP is like just going to be this big secret. Here's my opinion on COD XP being a big secret. I think that's dog shit. Why would you make that a big secret? I mean, perfectly honest. Call of Duty, a lot of things that Call of Duty does need right now in this timeline is, keeping things to be a big secret. You know what doesn't need to be a big secret? If they're going to have a beta or not. They should put a fucking beta out, but they're not going to do it because they're Call of Duty. They know anybody's going to buy the game, and they're pretty much taking advantage of everything. They're pretty much taking advantage of customer loyalty. That's exactly what they're doing. No other company on earth would do some of the things that Call of Duty does today. And I mean, look at big games like Diablo 3, for example. Diablo 3 has been a lot longer in the making than Call of Duty has ever been. Diablo 3 has been in the making almost 10 years. And guess what? They had a closed beta, they had an open beta, and they've pushed the game back 4 times to make sure it's right. I'm by no means saying that Call of Duty is a subpar product, that that just because of the timeline they usually have about 2 years to make each game. But the fact is, they never really fine-tune their games. Well, at least Infinity Ward never fine-tunes their game. And what I'm questioning is, why would you keep something like Call of Duty Elite secret in the first place? Isn't that something that maybe somebody would want to save up to save their money, or maybe make plans ahead of time to basically go to? I mean, we're going to give them a month announcement? Well, if you're going to do it, why don't you go ahead and do it? I'm going to look at the pros and cons of this right here. I mean, I'm just now discovering. Well, I guess they don't know if the game will be ready or not.
in July, and that's why they're trying to keep it a secret. Because generally, the best way to keep a secret is not to give yourself a timeline. And I don't know how good the actual programmers that work on Call of Duty are. It always seems like they take forever to do very mediocre stuff. Like, obviously, look at Modern Warfare 3 here. They already had the game engine. They pretty much, all they had to do was create the maps and reskin some guns and make Call of Duty Elite. That took them 2 years. I am by no means a game creator. I understand that how long a time it takes to create games. I understand how long a time it takes to create a game like Street Fighter. And I understand that takes a long time. But I also understand companies like Activision have a lot of money. And a lot of money generally can hire a lot of help. And you can get things done at a faster degree. And games generally are supposed to be done 4 months in advance. That's why last year, Call of Duty XP, we had a almost working Modern Warfare 3. You're pretty much fine-tuning in the July stage. You know, you need to start doing the testing, the alpha and the beta testing of the game, and you're just tweaking the system at this point. The brute and the core of the game is down, and it's almost ready to ship. And now after July, they're pretty much working on glitches, bugs that come up in the beta stages, and they're also going to be working on stuff like DLC. To be perfectly honest, they're putting the DLC on the disc. I've always thought about doing a video like that. I wonder if the bus is considered DLC. You can't get on the bus without paying $2. You can't get in the area of a game without paying $2. I don't know. It seems like society is getting worse and worse about this money management stuff. I remember when games had to be perfect out of the gate. Remember back in Super Nintendo and the PlayStation era where a game was generally perfect right out the gate? I kind of miss those times in the long run. But what do you guys think about COD XP? Is that something you like? Do you want that kind of trend to continue? Or is it something that you feel like is just taking advantage of the Call of Duty's popularity? Which, that's understandable to take advantage of something's popularity. But it seems like almost stale. Like, you're seriously going to do this? It feels like I'm watching like this pop star on the entertainment channel. I don't know. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption. And I'm Howdy 5000. Peace, pimps.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm doing this as take 2. I just did this entire video with the mic on mute. Got my shirt off, looking all manly, looking fresh as shit. Need to get a fucking beard trim. That's what I need to do. Got my fucking headset on. Do they still make these Astra 720s? I don't know. But this video is a couple things I want to talk about. The number uno is Painkiller Rally is not happening tonight. A couple things came up, and we're going to be doing it this Saturday at a European-friendly time. We have not figured out which time we're going to be doing it at, so stay tuned for that. And a couple other things. I have a commentator breakdown on Mr. Sensational coming up here at 7. Very good guy, very good commentator, and it's a very positive review of his channel. And some other things that I've been doing recently is I got to go to MUSC tomorrow, and so I'm going to have to do all my videos today and have them on the scheduled uploader, so I won't be around for comments tomorrow till very late at night. So if you have any questions in the comments, I usually try to answer all the questions as possible in the comments at a given time. I won't be able to be around to answer them tomorrow, so please save them for the 5th or the 6th. I'll also be doing a live stream tonight to make up for lack of Painkiller already. Most likely going to be a Fallout New Vegas live stream. And my buddy has started posting uploads on my second channel, and my second channel is War God YouTube. You can find it in the description below. And I upload. It's my second Let's Play channel. I've done 9 to 10 Let's Plays myself. He's done 2 complete Let's Plays on it already. He's about to be finishing a 3rd, and he's already starting the 4th and 5th. He's also going to be doing the upcoming Let's Plays or something like he's going to finish Silent Hill Homecoming. Got Dead Space 1 he's going to do since he's already done Dead Space 2. And It's the big guy with the Viking beard. He does actually a really good job for where he's starting out at. So if you would really like to help him out and support him, check him out, dude. It's really worth it. I mean, his videos he puts a lot of time into, and yeah, he's working his ass off. But other than that, this is just a little update. Hope to see you guys later tonight. Hope you come to the live stream. If you haven't subscribed to me on Twitch TV, the link's in the description below as well. As always, been your boy Wings of Redemption. What's up, fellas? It's your boy Wings of Redemption. This is another commentary breakdown. This is Mr. Sensationalized. I know you guys seem to be liking some Sandy Ravage, but Sandy Ravage kind of didn't really go too much into Modern Warfare 3 or Black Ops. So by no means a bad thing. Sandy Ravage is a fantastic Modern Warfare 2 player, and he's a fantastic Call of Duty 4 player. But every now and then you need somebody to kind of fill in the gaps. This would be that subscription. This is Mr. Sensationalized. He's not very good at commentary. He hardly ever commentates, and he mainly puts, classic rock music such as Slayer and Metallica on his stuff. He's almost like a Sandy Ravage, He's made from the same mold, is the best way I can describe it. He basically has quick, fast, high-scoring gameplay on Ground War, and you can see right here he just straight up destroys people. Look at him. I mean, this guy is so good at being so good that I had to put 2 of his gameplays in to make a 4 or 5 minute video. And this is what you can expect from a guy like Mr. Sensationalized. But if you're going into his channel and you're thinking, man, I want to hear some good deep commentary, you're kind of not going to get that. And that's the kind of the one-sidedness of this. I'm not even sure if this guy uses an HD PVR, to be perfectly honest, because in some instances his videos like shake and stuff. He's not really heavy into it, and I'm not even sure how I remember finding him, but boy is his gameplay fun to watch. It's one of those channels that when I started watching it, I ended up clicking another video almost instantly, and I started noting. I take a note how he does it, why he does certain things, like why is he moving this way, how he takes up on like enemies' radars. That's one thing I noticed when I'm watching people score high-scoring gameplay. I notice like the radars, and I'm wondering, like, for example, I watched a Mellow Gamer gameplay the other day where he was on Arcaden. It was actually today, to be perfectly honest. And he was breaking down Arcaden. And I noticed he turned his back when he seen 3 guys on the radar waiting on one person. And I'm sitting there thinking, man, why would he do that? What made him decide to go there? Obviously, it was the right decision, but like, what were the factors that make him make that decision? And that's what I usually try to decipher when I'm watching gameplay like this. Like, why did this guy come in and do a certain way? It's kind of funny that both of these MOABs are on bootleg. It's just the way it works out. This is what he has a series called Quick MOAB, but right here is a perfect example of what I was talking about. Like, he's seen all these orange dots around him. What made him actually go for him? And like, how did he know that guy wasn't going to ever go look at him? These are questions I like to ask, and like, I've always, like, sometimes I want to do dual comms. Like, I want to do a dual comm with Mellow Gamer to ask these questions. Maybe Mr. Sensationalized. Because these are the questions I want to know. It kind of goes back to the same thing like with C-Nanners. When I first seen C-Nanners, I'm like, man, this guy's great. I wonder why he does certain things. And I've never had my chance to dual comp C-Nanners for that. But, as you grow on, you find players that are just as good as C-Nanners or even better. And, like, I by no means feel that Mr. Sensationalized is anything but a C-Nanners or Sandy Ravage. He just plays so fluently. He makes every move so effortlessly, and it almost seems like he's playing against the GoBots on fucking a Treyarch game. But he plays very flawlessly, and like look, what kind of sensitivity is he on? Because he plays on Xbox, and it took me a while to figure that out too, because everything he does is so quick, between picking up guns to reloading to. You just have to see it. You should check out Mr. Sensationalized videos. I mean, his first page alone has to be like 15 100 plus kill games, and he uploads pretty regular. So it's been your boy Wings of Redemption. If you could leave a rating, and as always, let me know what you think about this series. Peace. What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and you know what I seen today on CNN? I see my boy Adam Montoya on CNN today. It's crazy. And this basically
marks a new step for where YouTube's actually headed, because now the mainstream media is actually taking notice of the inner circle that's known as YouTube and the Call of Duty gaming community. I don't know what sparked CNN to actually write a piece on CNanners, but for the most part, I'm kind of glad they did. Because one, it kind of sheds more light and actually sheds validity into what we actually do. Because one of the hardest things I ever have to do is actually explain to somebody what I do for a living. A lot of people don't believe me when I first say, like, what do you do for a living, Jordy? I'm like, well, I play video games. And then they look at you strange, like, oh, you're one of those stoners, aren't you? I'm not trying to be ridiculing stoners or anything, but, you know, that's the look you get. Everybody's gotten that look that, you know, oh, you play video games a lot, you must be worthless. And then they pretty much see how I dress. I mean, I don't dress shabby, and I don't act shabby. I'm by no means a bust or a bum, by no means, you know, stark raving rich either. But I'm kind of glad they did the CNanners video, because it actually puts validity in the career path that I'm currently going on, which I'm not delusional. I did not expect this to last forever. But just like the article says, and just like CNanners says in the article, I'm not in this for the money forever. I'm in this, hell, I'm not even in it for the money right now, be perfectly honest. If this would dry up today, I'd go sell cars. I'd go sell cars, go work at AutoZone. It doesn't really matter. I mean, my house is paid for at this point, and pretty much the only really major expense I have anymore is my vehicle. And if worse comes to worse on a vehicle, sell it. What else is there to do? That's just it. I mean, I'm at a happy point in my life, and I hope to continue to be at a happy point. Like, even if YouTube dried up tomorrow and only started, you know, all the ads were took off of it and, you know, videos stopped being put up, I would still put up videos. I seriously would. I mean, I probably wouldn't put up as much Call of Duty, but I would still make an effort to put up videos. Why? Because I love interacting with you guys. I love having, you know, 50 people's opinion at any given time, at any time of the day. I love being a part of somebody's life, and that's something that you can't get anywhere else. You can't go out there and be an auto mechanic and be like special to, you know, 20,000 people. I mean, there's very few jobs in the world that can do that, and most of those are in the entertainment eye. Somebody like Brad Pitt is special to a lot of people, and I'm never going to achieve a level of Brad Pitt. One, I'm not very good looking. I'm really overweight, and those two things alone, I mean, me being super overweight might get me a role in the movie, which I've always wanted to be in a movie. I do. Like, I talked to my buddy Claudio, and he's been in a bunch of movies, such as like Bad Boy 2 and stuff. And he basically told me, like, yeah, you can get pretty good money just doing five lines or less. I would love to be able to do, in a movie, do 5 lines or less. I've always hoped that I'd make enough acquaintances that I could actually get them to fly me out somewhere and be a part of a movie. And just that, I'm part of a movie now. I mean, even if, you know, my fame dries up right there, I always have that to look back on. And that's the reason I actually started doing this to begin with. People told me I was stupid. Hell, 8 Thoughts said I was a fucking fool. I remember having a conversation with 8 Thoughts. They said, man, I ain't gonna buy no PVR. You know, I'm kind of haggling on him right now. But he didn't believe that, you know, this could be a viable job. And I'm like, dude, anything that you do and you do with love will one day earn money. And I knew this would earn money one day. Here's the reason I knew why. Because I enjoyed watching it. Anything that you can find somebody that will enjoy watching, like, I'm a cynical fuck. I am. I mean, if I enjoy something, it's super enjoyable. And even to this day and this point, I still watch YouTube videos, dude. I mean, I watch YouTube videos more than I watch Netflix. I'm perfectly honest about that. I mean, I watch YouTube videos when I'm sitting in waiting rooms. I watch YouTube videos when I'm eating. I watch YouTube videos when I'm bored. Hell, I even make YouTube videos. And it's like, it's not going to go away because sharing is never going to go away. That's like asking people, like, will eating go away? We've hit a period and point in time where we always want to see the cute cat. We'll always want to see somebody make an ass of themselves and fall down. We'll always want to have something we could connect to. I don't remember who said it, but they said, here's life in a nutshell. You figure out what you like, and then you find a forum on the internet that believes in what you like, and you live in your own little world. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're living in our own little world. Call of Duty might die off, but first-person shooters are never going to die off, and there's always going to be a following for first-person shooters. There's always going to be a video game following. I mean, the video games have been around since the 70s, dude. I mean, back in the 70s, if you could record your gameplay, they would. Matter of fact, they did. Remember VHS? Remember, like, the King of Kong recording your fucking gaming scores on the VHS off the TV to send them in? That's where we are. I mean, I love doing this, and every day I wake up, I'm like, sometimes you'll be out of ideas, sometimes you'll have your back toward a wall, but at the end of the day, we all do this because we love it. Period. If you don't do this because you love it, you can tell. And I've been trying to help out as many people as I can, try to get their foot in this game, to try to share some of this joy, because helping people out does nothing for me. I can help out as many people as I want, as long as I want, but at the end of the day, all it does is hurt my personal views. But the fact is, every person I help out, I can help them capture that little bit of happiness that I have inside myself. When every time I get on, and every time I, start a Painkiller already, every time I spout a catchphrase, every time, I have to remove somebody's negative comment. I mean, there's good and bad times with everything. How many times have you cried in your life? And think back to, does all those times that you cried mean that you hate life? No, that's just part of life. It's just part of the hardship. Every time you have somebody disagreeing with you, saying that you're wrong about something, it gets outweighed by every person that you said they love what you do. And that right there is magical. And big ups to C. Nanners. I mean, he's pretty much lit the path, He pretty much laid the footprints of the yellow brick road. He's pretty much the giant that clears the trees. And August, at the end of the day, I'm proud to be a part of it. Even though I'm not dancing with the stars or, shooting stuff up with FPS Russia. Even though I'm not, flying to billionaires' bashes or anything like that. I'm still a part of something great. At the end of the day, I thank you for it.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and it's been a while since I actually broke down something, and this isn't really the best gameplay to break down, but kind of bear with me. I just want to talk about different things I like to do in different setups on guns and why I'm doing certain things. As everybody else knows, or anybody else that plays this game for a long period of time, you'll realize that something like Stalker Pro can really hinder your ability to hit people. It almost seems like the game has struggled with hit detection with anybody that has Stalker Pro on. So let's go ahead and talk about this. I've recently made the change over from Marksman to Stalker Pro. The reason I haven't done it this long was mainly because it was so hard to adjust to how fast things work. And even now, you'll see in this video, like my accuracy is taking a massive hit mainly because of it. I dial off the first one. So I'm kind of using that to my advantage, and one of the main reasons this is because I want to be able to push areas a little bit more effectively. You'll see me right here soon probably push up to that barrier on right here past B. And the reason I push up to that barrier because it's a much easier place, because it's a lot harder to stage a counterattack to the B flag if somebody's sitting on those sandbags over there. So you'll see right here when I make the move. Here it goes. Making the move. Well, so right now I'm making the move. Well, I actually didn't do the aim down sight, but right there, boom, and that's the impact caused that. That's what that is. I'm going to go ahead and cut out all of me sitting on top of these sandbags because you've seen that all before, and I don't want to sit there bore you with just generic ass gameplay campage. Let's go ahead and jump to something a little bit more interesting. All right, guys, completely different game, but as you notice, the color correction will change here. But this is right here is how it's done. You pretty much run up here and you ADS and like work here. Boom, catch 2 people. I actually end up getting the hip fire spray there very easily. I caught 2 people, and we're jumping up here and back. We're back on the sandbag shit again. This is a masterful way to do it. And just as you've seen before, look at that coming up here. There's a 3-piece attack helicopter. I want to talk a little bit about this while we're doing the sandbag kind of thing here. What do you guys think about the attack helicopter versus the Osprey gunner versus the not the Osprey gunner, the Overwatch and the Reaper and the Strife run? This is the selection I want. I know I want the Predator missile, and I know I want either the Pavlo or the AC-130, but it's all that stuff right there in the middle that confuses. That kind of like perplexes me. Attack helicopter is easy to get. You pretty much get it. You know, it's almost guaranteed with your Predator missile, and you know it continually gets kills. It can get anywhere from 1 kill, or it can get up to 6 kills. And you know, like I said, it's fairly easy to get, and you know, so you're constantly going to get it more often. Osprey gunner does a good job at protecting you. Strife run does a good job at getting 2 to 3 kills rather quickly, whereas the Reaper always gets the kills that you need for the Pavlo. But you pretty much take yourself out of the game for 30 to 40 seconds. And you also got to find a spot to hide in hopes that you get it. What do you guys prefer in that kind of line of sight? So let's go ahead and jump to another little clip here. Alright, you've noticed this before. This is a clip I used in a game the other day. This is from a live stream. And this right here is basically showing impact. This is another thing I've been wondering about. Impact versus other proficiencies. Alright, using weapons like the M4 and the ACR, you don't really need kick proficiency. You can pretty much get away with impact. Now, I've noticed in the MLG setting, impact is what most people use. As you see right here, this is the game I end up getting a MOAB on with the M4 with the impact, and I use it to my advantage, being able to shoot that barrier right there in front of me, which people like to hide behind. So I pretty much can shoot the full-on tilt with them. What are your guys' opinion on impact? And like, do you think it's better to use than other proficiencies? Because I find myself using 2 proficiencies more than others, which is focus and impact. I also use 2 attachments on certain guns, like sometimes I'll put extended mag red dot on. And the reason I don't use the silencer in a domination setting like this right here is because most of the time we are putting them in a spawn trap to begin with. So I don't really need to be silent and suppressed to you know, be sneaky. I pretty much need, you know, clear aim, and going forward just, you know, big magazines. And also I found, like, if you start off with the extended mags and something, you don't need ammo as much because it gives you extra ammo to compensate for the extended mags. So that's the 2 questions I have today, guys, and I just want to hear your opinions on them. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm Audi 5000. Peace, pimps.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and we're going to show you a little something different today. We're using the ACR red dot with extended mags, and I'm using UAV, care package, and sentry gun. And my kill streak setup isn't really that important. I decided to run low kill streaks mainly because we try to decide something different. This is a kill confirmed MOAB, which is understandable. We all decided to run UAV. I mean, this just goes to show the power of it. This is 6 people running a UAV of some sort. I ended up getting, by halfway through it, I ended up getting tired of throwing the care package and the sentry guns. So I ended up stopped doing those and just concentrate mainly on casting the UAVs. I mean, in the line sight, I'd probably just end up just running strictly UAV with hardline. There go, sentry gun, predator missile. So let's go and jump into how this game plays. This is Lockdown. In Lockdown, I find that the best way to play this game is to actually keep in the base of the area, which I'll basically show you the base of the area, which is to the left of me right now. This isn't the area to be in. That's why I'm kind of worried. I'm kind of working around the sentry gun, trying to work it. As you see right here, there's 2 spawns right here. And using the advanced UAV setup, which, you know, this isn't a really advanced UAV setup, but tons of fucking UAVs on a full party, kind of helps you understand the spawns a little bit more. And I recommend doing it if you and your crew want to get into kill confirmed. Everybody run UAV hardline until you actually can learn where the people spawn from, and after a while you get used to where the spawns go, how the game treats the spawns, and then you can pretty much be able to predict them, and you'll be able to use stuff like motion sensors and things like that to basically better, you know, compensate your lack of UAV versus assassin. And once you basically get the idea of where the spawns flip, you can pretty much dictate where your team's at, and you can almost be ADS waiting for them. Let's go and put this ballistic vest on. Here we go. Alright, we're going to go and see up here. Like right here is what I call the base of the map. It's pretty much an area that nobody spawns at, but it has a couple lines of, well, actually has 3 lines of sight of very solid spawns. You pretty much can move back and forth here and just pretty much dictate it with a portable motion sensor. And if your team's using UAVs or using UAV yourself, UAV in my book is the most underrated kill streak. And let me go on a rant here. I don't agree with specialists at all. I know a lot of people love the specialist kill streaks, you know, mainly because everybody shoots everything down, especially since now the point streaks have become so popular and lock-on launchers are still, you know, the fucking bee's knees. I think specialist is a very, very, God, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm still struggling with this word. I struggle with this word every time I ask this. And like, I know what the word is. Selfish. Selfish. I don't know, it's just not a word I use a lot. Selfish. It's a very selfish set of kill streaks. And you know, so people are like, how's it selfish? That means I can run around faster. I understand it means you can run around faster, but the fact is, you're not giving teams UAVs. You're not protecting teams with IMSs. You're not, you know, doing a lot of things. You're not keeping people you're not pushing people into certain alleyways with your kill streaks. I mean, you're not, you know, making people shoot down your air support. You're not giving ballistic vests. You're not giving EMPs. You're not giving UAPs. You're not countering radar. All you're basically doing is making it so your character can run faster, and you're no help to anybody on your team. I mean, I understand specialist is fun, but you know, if you're playing in a team setting like this, and you're not playing like just by yourself in a mercenary setting. Even in a mercenary setting, if you put specialists on, you're being selfish. I mean, that's what it is. You're not being a team player whatsoever. And yeah, that's what it is. I mean, people are still going to run specialist. Hell, I'll even still run specialist. It's just my personal feeling on it. When I put on specialist, I don't run it for more than like a couple games because one, I feel like I'm an asshole. Be perfectly honest. So yeah, I try to advocate the use of UAV as much as humanly possible. And the first thing you're going to come to me with is like, Wings, you know, have you seen how many assassins are in the game? Dude, even if there's a guy with an assassin on, let's say if somebody on their team had an assassin, he's still going to spawn in the same general areas as everybody else. I mean, you might not see him if he's the first guy spawn, but the fact is, people generally don't spawn in solos. They generally spawn in groups. And when they're spawning in groups like that, you can pretty much dictate where they're at. It came up with the same thing on Black Ops with Ghost. People always complained about Ghost versus UAV, but hell, UAVs pretty much gave you an idea where the spawns are flipping. That's basically how I use them. I don't really use them so much to the fact that the guy, I want to know exactly where somebody's at as he coming down the hall. I use them as the fact of letting me know which direction they're coming from. And because they don't spawn in solos, they spawn in groups for the most part. You can pretty still use the UAV for that situation. That's why the UAV is so damn good. And I pretty much, everybody should pretty much use it. I pretty much put it back into my repertoire. I mean, one of the reasons that I wasn't finding the game fun was I was too held up on kill streaks. I mean, so what's the difference between, like, you know, how often does that fucking AC-130 actually get you kills? I understand running it. And I understand that if you can get to the AC-130, pretty much can get the kills to get it. I mean, like, look here, I go on a 24 kill streak in this game right here alone. I mean, does that pretty much means that I can get the fucking AC-130 if I wanted to with just straight up gun kills. I mean, I pretty much did it the entire time in Black Ops. So, yeah, just put the UAV on in place of something. Be it, you know, 3-9-12 or, you know, 3-5-12. I mean, I know 5 to 12 is a big gap, but the fact is, Predator missiles are more efficient at killing everything than all the other kill streaks, except maybe Reaper. So 3-9-12 might be a good route to take. And hell, the Reaper usually can get the Osprey gunner. He can go 3-9, you know, 16 or 17. It's all entirely up to you. But as you see right here, I use this entire angle the entire time. I mean, My buddy Gorillas is throwing ballistic vests, which my next MOAB of this session was actually a Scar L MOAB with UAV and ballistic vest. That's another one of my favorite combos to take, mainly because you're almost always in a ballistic vest and you're almost always helping your team out. Was that my MOAB? Yeah, that was my MOAB right there. But, you know, I end up dying here soon. As always, it's like a curse. As soon as you get a UAV, that's when death comes. I don't think it happens like right away. And I think a lot of that comes from just basically, you know, the spawn just everybody getting reset at one time instead of people slowly getting reset. There it goes. Love assist. I don't know. I've been getting a love assist since I've been using hardline as almost exclusively. Just look at the UAVs pour in. I've also tried UAV IMS, but UAV IMS it just doesn't seem to work. And the reason I use IMS is just to set up on corners and get get those free funnel kills, because in kill confirmed they spawn in areas. They spawn in areas worse than even in domination. That's what makes the game mode so easy to fucking MOAB on. And, IMSs and Claymores, you can easily fucking trap spawns. But it's been your boy, Wings of Redemption. If you could, please leave a rating on the video. And as always, hope you guys enjoyed. Peace. What's up, guys? It's your boy, Wings of Redemption. And I'm just up here going to tell you a little thing about about something that happened today. Some of you might notice that your Subbox around 5 Eastern time today got slammed with videos of mine. And let me go ahead and tell you my side of the story. Because a lot of the comments on the videos already were saying like, oh, money whore, money whore, money whore. Let me speak about the term money whore for just a second. We've touched on this on Painkiller already a couple times. I'm just going to touch on people that might not know what Painkiller is. Money whore is a stupid way to describe somebody, and it's a hater way. That's what it is. And I understand it's a hater way, and not everybody sees it like this, but the fact is, would you call the milkman a money whore because he's out there giving you milk for money? Would you call, the gas station attendant a money whore because he expects money for his Budweiser case? No, you wouldn't. I mean, the fact is, would you call your dad or your mother a money whore because she's trying to earn, extra hours so they can, make an extra house payment this month, or maybe, save up for a cruise later on, or maybe even put money into your college fund? Are they money whores there? I mean, you can't downgrade somebody for trying to earn money. I mean, at the end of the day, money is something that it's almost required to live on. And in today's society, if you're without money, you're living hard. But let's go on another route here. What ended up happening is I was actually going to do a vintage video on Rifleman's Creed, because unlike a lot of people that have really fond memories of the series, it wasn't a very good series. Well, it was a good series at the time because it was so new and fresh. Nobody else was doing that kind of stuff. But the fact is, I had a shitty sound card. I had a shitty mic. I sounded 5 years younger, because I actually was 5 years younger. And my game hadn't been redefined at this point. And it goes to show you, if you want to go back and look at those videos, or just probably still in your Subbox, how a person changes over the career and how their careers change for the better. Now my videos look spectacular. Back then they looked like shit. Same PDR, same setup, constantly learning about the game. But I'm just going to let you know what ended up happening is I seen that they were private, unprivated them, YouTube sent them back to the Subbox. It's been your boy. Peace. I don't know if you can see this right here, but shit, setting the camera up so almost got me winded. This is my exercise bike. I actually paid $400 and something for this. I bought this a year and 4 months ago. I've used it probably, let's see, 20 to 30 times. And it's pretty much been an extra seat in the room in the last few months. So
Trying again. I know I've put out countless videos where basically I talk about how I'm going to lose weight and work out, all that wonderful stuff. But I never really get around to doing it. As always, something else comes up, and always I get lazy and I fall off track. And it's understandable because losing weight isn't, well, it is hard. It's hard. It's a mental game more than it's a physical game. I mean, it's not like, oh, I don't know what the hell to do. How do I lose weight? I know exactly how to lose weight. Put out more than you take in. That's exactly how you lose weight. I mean, it's as simple as that. I mean, they want to break it down to science and bodily chemicals and all this, but in the long run, it's just this, you know, burning calories. And I figured if I do one of these videos every night, oh, sounds like something getting caught up in it. I don't know what that is, but it still put resistance out. What's it doing that for? Yeah, see on my legs? They kind of want to like bow out like that. I don't know what that sounds about. Doesn't sound good though. See, I keep wanting to burn my legs out. It feels like I'm working the side of my legs here. The reason I want to do that is, like, you see my stomach? How it moves up and down like this? It's just like, I don't know. I mean, I'm like 2 minutes and 30 seconds into this, and I know that fucking popping sounds annoying. I apologize. But I'm not stopping. I mean, today, I let myself down again. Told myself today I'd drink nothing but water. That was my goal today, to drink nothing but water. You can't see it over there, but there's a Coca-Cola and a Mountain Dew. I even picked it up and I knew it. I thought about my motivational abilities. What am I going to do motivational wise? I mean, like, I always thought about going and sitting in my grandma's car. My grandma has a Dodge Neon. And as you can see, my stomach is the size of a Dodge Neon. And thought about doing that. I thought about looking at pictures of girls I wish I could have sex with. But, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, I gotta find something that replaces one love with another. And I don't know. Every time I watch a YouTube video and I see somebody on there that has like, I see somebody on there that's like can barely walk, has fucking leg braces up to fucking here, can't stand, but they can lose weight. I'm thinking, man, I'm in perfectly good shape other than being overweight. Like, there's nothing physically wrong with me. Why can't I lose weight? He couldn't walk, and he managed to lose weight till he could walk. Why can't I lose weight? God, it's fucking killing me. Oh. 5 more minutes. I'm only doing 10 to start out with. Oh, it's gonna be a long night. Look at that. This is the amp I bought for my truck. Memphis Audio. Not the biggest amp. It's a 2 ohm with 500 watt max, 200 watt RMS. I mean, I didn't really want much. I just wanted ambient noise. I mean, the tension should have gotten up. I think that what's hitting is the tension belt. Guys, it's actually 4 minutes, but you know, I seem like hours. Push, 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 push. This motherfucker says I only burn 31 calories. It took me like 2 hours to drink Coca-Cola off here. Yeah, fuck it. Just looking at it, every second, it's like a black hole. Light enters and doesn't escape. I wish I could transfer it on some outer leg muscles. I'm actually thinking about, I was drowning, I was trying to kick up to save my life. Extra bit of energy. I seriously think it's the tensioner belt. Minute 15 seconds. I'm getting there. But 40 calories now. So we get 45 calories in 20 seconds. can do it. Okay, let's go for 50. Let's go for 50. Over 50 calories burnt. Nice even number. I'm past my 10-minute goal. I'm pushing. Burn like 5 calories a minute here. There's 50. There's 50. That's our time. That's our time. Come on. Honestly, I don't think I can yet. I'm not lightheaded or anything, but I can tell my legs feel like weights. I should have pushed myself further. I gotta start somewhere.